that is Mont Blanc. We're trekking in the Alps and this video starts right now. Let's go. The best part about being in Italy, gelato, of course. And for those of you who are longtime subscribers, you'll probably remember when Nelly and I were in Italy last, and we always got chocolate fondente with pistachio. It is the best two flavors you can put together in one cup. And if you think that you have a better chocolate fondente, then let me know in the comments below.
So you've got some of the attractions.
And we're back, but this time in the Italian Alps. If you haven't seen the last video, go and check that out. We're just over the top of that mountain and in the Chamonix Valley, but this is the other side, Courmayeur, and today is just another perfect day for hiking. We've got so lucky on this G Adventures trip, and really it's all about trying to rebuild travel. So if you did see that last video, I went into a lot of the detail about the travel video and photo assignment that I've been hired to try and capture here. And in this one, I want to try and talk a little bit more about rebuilding the travel industry and about, I don't know what your opinion is really, because I know a lot of you watching the channel, there's over 1,000 people that watch every video. You know who you are, I know who you are, because I see your comments most of the time, but I want you to tell me what you think about the travel industry reopening, about G Adventures, you know, trying to offer more trips, about Brendan and I running trips again, which I'm very much looking forward to. It even looks like Nelly and I might be going down to Portugal, so something to look forward to there. But how do we rebuild travel? That's the question, first of all. Let me know in the comments below. But I think one of the things is trying to capture and cover the proper precautions that you should be taking to be able to keep yourself safe and keep others safe at the same time, to avoid, spreading this virus even further until hopefully there comes a vaccine where, that would be the ideal situation, I think, is where everybody can once again genuinely feel safe to travel. And that comfort and confidence is kind of what we talked about in the last video. But I want to know your thoughts in the comments right away to start this video. Let me know. And in the meantime, let's see some sweet B-roll from this area, because this place is f***ing awesome. This is the perfect place for a panorama. We are on the Tour de Mont Blanc on the Italian side, which is a multi-day trek that you can do. And the G Adventures Trekking Mont Blanc, there's a couple different versions of it. And we are doing only a few sections of the full circuit, but we're luckily doing some absolutely incredibly stunning landscape vistas. I mean, the whole thing is probably pretty awesome, but this is just such a good spot for a pano. You've got the trail right in front of me here, Mont Blanc off to the left, and then this big summit off here to the right. I'm not sure what it's called, but this is just such a good spot for a pano. So I've set it up in vertical, and I'm just going with my my grid in thirds and just basically taking an image and then moving the third to the other third, taking the next image, making sure that I'm always level. You guys know how to take panos. It's really not that hard. Merge it in Lightroom, Photoshop, a little bit of editing, and this is the final result. talked a little bit about rebuilding travel, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of your comments below, because I believe that your opinions are going to differ depending on where you're from or how your country has sort of dealt with the pandemic, and what your more or less like freedoms are or restrictions given your current situation. So I think it's different for everybody, and I'm keen to know the opinions. I'm going to respond to a number of the comments because I think it'll be a good place to have the conversation down there. If you think maybe a vaccine will work, or if you think that this kind of stuff where we're creating content for different companies and different brands, especially travel companies, talking about, you know, safety precautions and procedures, and trying to instill more comfort and more confidence into those looking to go out there and travel and have adventures during the COVID time. So that's kind of interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing your thoughts in the comments below. Now, we also did a panorama, which was really cool. I thought I would get a chance to get an amazing photograph of Mont Blanc and this whole scene behind us, and I think I got a pretty good one, plus some epic drone footage. So far we got a pretty good video. But also, while I'm sitting down here, I wanted to keep that surprise factor going in the video and talk about something that I mentioned at the end of the last video, and that is my partnership with Craghoppers. So for those of you who have been subscribed for a long time, you know that I've been sort of half sponsored, I guess, by Craghoppers for like over a year now, a year and a bit. And I don't get paid by them, and I don't really mention them that often in the vlogs. I did at the very beginning. I sort of linked them in the description, but my partnership is with Craghoppers Deutschland, and this is actually a UK company, but they've got different marketing agencies and PR firms that sort of represent them in different countries. And the contact for Deutschland, I met her at a conference in Hamburg like a year and a half ago. It was run by Traverse, is an event company from the UK, really great guys, and their team introduced me to Miriam, who's the contact at Craghoppers Deutschland, and she saw a bit of my content and was like, yeah, you know what, we want to send you some clothes. Now, the funny thing about this is that I think there's a misconception that people with a YouTube channel who get some views or whatever, immediately they're going to get brand deals and they're going to start making money and they're going to be rich and famous. And I am here to tell you that is definitely not the case. And I think a lot of you guys watching this probably already know that anyway. And it's funny because I've seen videos from other people who say that, you know, that's definitely not the case, and I still think to myself, oh, if I had 100,000 subscribers, I'd definitely be making more money. And I really, like, it's just crazy how we convince ourselves of these things, and I'm not sure if that's the right way to go about it. But the Craghoppers thing, I did want to mention it because it's important that when you do have the opportunity to create some sort of a relationship with a brand, to be able to work with them or create content for them, that there needs to be that building of the relationship. So Craghoppers expects nothing from me. There's no expectation whatsoever. And Miriam and I were talking like at the beginning of this year before the pandemic, and I was trying to see if I could get sort of an ambassador role with them. But with such a small YouTube channel and really like a good engaged community, but not the kind of numbers that I think they'd be more interested in, you know, she just kind of said, yeah, you know what, we love it. We want to stay connected with you, but we can't get you as an ambassador yet. And I said, that's totally fine. So she sent me a whole bunch of clothes, and those are the ones that I've been sporting for the last few days. And I really haven't done anything during COVID with these clothes because we've been under lockdown. So finally, I've got the chance here to create some content and send it to her. She hasn't requested it at all, but I know it'll be a nice surprise for her. And that kind of gesture might help me to possibly end up getting that ambassadorship one day down the road. So yeah, this is the important part, is building those relationships around trust and honesty and being open and having good communication. And that's one of the reasons that I've still got this kind of half sponsorship from Craghoppers. But yeah, they make great clothes, suits the channel, suits my lifestyle really well, especially when I'm out here working. So why not, you know, why not create the content when you can? So I hope you've enjoyed some of those photos, and let's continue to explore Courmayeur here in the Italian Alps. And we're back in France, and this is an absolutely stunner day. Another perfect weather afternoon for hiking with the crew from G Adventures, and it's been such a good tour. If you haven't seen that first video, go and check it out, because we're back in Chamonix. That's the Chamonix Valley. Way down there is the town, and Mont Blanc up behind me. There's paragliders in the air. You know, there's no wind. It's just perfect weather, and couldn't be any better. Look at how close this guy is right here. It's some really good footage of this one paraglider, but he keeps on getting into my time lapse as well, which is kind of funny. But just like a perfect scene. Look at that. Absolutely incredible. And I really hope that travel can return to normal, because we need to rebuild this industry so that we can all have experiences like this. So if you're watching this in North America, or if you're watching it in the UK, or if you're here in Europe, be sure to be confident and be comfortable and travel safe and follow whatever precautions you need to be able to get back on the road and have some more adventures, because this is what it's all about. So I'm going to sign off from this video, but as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like it, and I will see you on the next one.
Enchanté.